Against the Law is brought to you by Warner Brothers Memphis Belle. Special sneak preview Saturday, October 6th.
Come on, let's cook now. I know it's good for 5.
Queens, okay. 15.
15, I'm
On
in.
history.
Oh, you pleading no low, Meigs? It's a strong opening, Delaney. Too bad you can never make a strong summation. C15. Bets to you, MacHeath. You got 3 diamonds showing, and Delaney's showing a pair of ladies. Run and hide.
All right. From what, your cigar and a pair of trays? Delaney, keep me in a pot until the prosecutor folds, or I get off the phone.
You're a little light on cash here, Mac.
Yeah? Money's not everything. I'm really sorry, Jill. I had to settle a character dispute. Where were we?
That's good a place as any.
Come on. What did I do wrong?
When, Mac? Now or then? Pick a time frame.
Look, can we get past this? It's an obstacle to possibility.
Of course you would say it that way. And why do you suppose it's there?
Look, I'm willing to reflect on that, okay? But this just isn't the time.
Well, you call me when you're ready.
No, MacHeath was never going to fill that 4-card flush.
Is that what you think, Ranger?
Check my conviction record. I'm sorry, I can't beat Trip Queens.
Don't have the oats to call his bluff, huh? Okay, Delaney. My mark is good with you, isn't it?
No. My caseload could stand lightening up, though. You want to see my cards, you better win the hand. If you lose, I'm going to shuck a case on you.
You're on.
You won yourself a client, Counselor.
Who was bluffing that time?
Hey, I gotta keep this guy honest. He's an attorney.
Oh, honest. Now, there's a word. Tell me, would you care to comment on the rumor that you're scheduled for a hearing with the Board of Overseers?
No. Would you like to step outside and talk about it?
Well, that's my cue to go and get some beauty sleep.
You right?
Yeah.
Walk all the way in, stand in front of a number, face front, no talking.
Take your time, Mrs. Timmons.
Number 4.
Number 4, step to the glass. Stand to your left. Stand to your right.
It's my good side, right?
Stand to the back.
That goofer, number 4. That's him. Believe you me.
And to the right, Timbo.
On balance, I'd prefer a cup of coffee.
It's probably a small concern to you, but a few nights ago, someone broke into a nearby apartment and killed a married couple in their sleep. Not that that would ever happen here. May I assume you didn't break even?
It's not how much you win or lose, Elizabeth. It's how you play the game.
Have you been to church? I thought you'd been playing poker.
Thank you for your open-mindedness. Who's on the menu?
You understand, we can't compete with all the mass-baked items in the supermarkets anymore.
Yeah, so we created our own line with all fresh eggs and butter.
Butter, plus they're anatomically correct. I mean, you have to have a concept, right?
Right?
Oh, yeah. So you display these in the window of your bakery.
How else would people know to buy?
And that's what got the store shut down. A public nuisance, what they say. It's only cake.
It's a cake.
It's a cake. It's X-rated cake. Look, Mr. Bruckman, I can see that you have a really big problem here. But I got to tell you the truth. I think the legal fees will be too prohibitive.
We think we know our rights here. And we're willing to stand behind our product to the highest court in Washington.
All right, I'll think about it. Elizabeth, can you come in here? In the meantime, thank you for the...
Devil's food erection. Try some. Well, let us leave it here. You never know, some politician with a sweet tooth might come by.
Oh, I wish.
Yvette, as I recall, is waiting for you at Charles Street.
Oh, yeah. Try some. Exactly.
I took the Mitchell pleading and I got the depot that you wanted from O'Malley. Our appeal on Jones has been postponed until the 12th.
I'm cashing in your chips here, Mac.
Figured you remember that. Met my new associate, Yvette Carruthers, Delaney. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, Delaney. What about my case?
Justice called.
Hey, Delaney, what's the charge?
He's suspect on the murder one. Ask Forbes.
Terrific. Is that it?
Yeah.
I'd rather head back to the office and have some of that cake, if only because the owners are willing to pay the rent. No. No! Delaney! 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 Timmy Lowell? Lowell? You want me to represent Lowell? He's scum.
I know he's not St. Francis of Assisi, Mac, but then how many of your clients are?
Delaney, the man's a snitch. He's a jailhouse snitch, you understand?
Circumstance put pressures on us all, Mac.
Delaney, don't you remember he testified against Sanducci last October? Sanducci was my client. I lost the case because of Lowell.
You know how it is, Mac. Yeah, I know the guy's a snitch. Maybe he lied, maybe not. But he still deserves a trial, doesn't he?
No. No, Delaney, he does not deserve a trial. He deserves to be shot in the leg and left in the desert to die. Delaney!
Babe, don't worry about it. It's gonna be okay. Yeah. She doesn't even know you. How could she be jealous?
Oh, she's not jealous. How could she doesn't even know you? Don't worry about it.
Hey, MacHeath, make yourself at home.
I'm gonna be out of here. I gotta go, all right? I'll call you back. I don't know, 5 minutes, don't... All right. Hello.
Popcorn? I'm so glad they caught you, Lowell. I hope they send you away for 18,000 years.
Come on, I was walking down the street. What is that, a crime now? They recognize me and they hold me in.
Oh, yeah, sure. 5 or 6 B&Es, it's just not good enough for you, huh? Gotta go for the big time.
Hey, you're not still carrying a stick about Sanducci, are you?
Yeah, you want me to break it across your knees?
Listen, Sanducci used to shoot his mouth off about that heist to anybody who'd listen.
Please, Lowell. Hey, is this your crib? If I were you, I'd fiberglass my fanny to the wall, because you may not draw protective custody at MCI, and he's gonna be all over you.
MCI, man, I ain't going near that place. That's my juice man.
Forbes? What, did Forbes tell you were gonna walk if you ratted out Sanducci?
No, not Forbes. Come on, he's an assistant DA. Granger's my juice man. Now listen to me. I didn't take out any newlyweds on Beacon Hill, and Granger owes me one, all right? Check it out.
Is that a fact?
Mm-hmm. See you, Mac.
Do you know why you're here?
As I recall, it's because Judge Webb felt bound to cite me for contempt on 2 occasions in a recent case.
A complaint of this kind mandates us to dig a little deeper in the trough than you might wish. Are you aware of that?
Are you new addition to the trough, to the board, Ms.
Kolowitz.
Forgive me, I've just never seen you here before.
That begs the question, doesn't it? I am merely pointing to a pattern that emerges from the data that we have compiled.
Oh, and I took you for attorneys, and here I didn't realize you were running the KGB.
Is that a sample of your courtroom manner? Here is your so-called heart attack in Littlefield. Gifts of lingerie to the secretaries of opposing law firms, 17 of them. 11 earlier citations. I see here the word zucchini. And the list goes on and on.
It's called aggressive advocacy.
When it wins. But when it loses, as in the case of Crane, Welker, Sanducci, then your clients view it in a different light.
Look.
Don't interrupt me. It's the light of greed, vanity, negligence. It puts a stain on the entire community of law.
So what do you want me to do? What do you expect of me, Miss Kolowitz? You want me to recant? Name the names of litigators? Crawl?
The question we are obliged to ask ourselves, Mr. MacHeath, is whether you would profit from a year's suspension.
Wait a minute. I showed up here ready to engage in dialogue. I wasn't counting on a crucifixion.
You could use the time to think about your values.
It is not the function of this committee to dictate the use of my time.
Good day, Mr. MacHeath.
I understand you're acquainted with a local boy named Timmy Lowell.
That seems to ring a distant bell.
He seems to think it's nearer.
We've got photographs, MacHeath. A couple of kids on Beacon Hill. Short marriage, ended with a knife. You've got a positive ID on Lowell as the perp. Your client, hey.
Ask him how he wound up with the case.
Oh, I can see you're deeply moved by the decedent, Granger. Maybe it's just the rush of freedom, shucking an ex-business partner.
Lowell was a piece of evidence, MacHeath. He always had an appetite for crime. Too bad it grew. He's selling something today, or is it only you?
He seems to think you haven't paid your debt in full for asking him to squeal on Sanducci.
What does he allege I owe him? Front row seats at Fenway?
You want to see those photographs, son?
Hey, does my client figure in them? Did anybody catch him in the act? Come on, you guys, let's do a little business.
No, you know what the saying is, MacHeath. If you can't spot a sucker after 15 minutes at a poker table, then you're the sucker. I'd rather watch you lose again, MacHeath.
Oh, I bet you would. You may have the talent, but you ain't got the style.
Any comment on that meeting with the Board of Overseers?
I think we better talk about the murders, Lowell.
Can you believe that guy? I stick my neck out for him. I win his case for him. For what? So he can dump on me?
I'm gonna join him, Lowell, unless you can come up with an alibi. You got me?
Kind of makes you wonder if the guy's got a conscience.
Lowell.
You have a conscience, MacHeath?
Oh, yeah, like a nun's.
Well, at least we understand each other. That's gotta count for something, right? I mean, we've been in court together, haven't we? What are you doing?
You know, Lowell, I've had a rotten day. I'm gonna try to hang myself.
You're crazy.
I don't think so, Lowell. And when they find me, they'll blame you.
Come on. And I'll have one less problem. They'll send you up to MCI, throw you out on the yard. When you see Sanducci.
Oh,
Hey!
tell him that I said hi. And where were you?
I was with my wife.
You didn't shank those kids up on Beacon Hill.
I swear to God.
You were with your wife.
Yeah, we were wrapping up my kid's communion gown.
Your wife's name is...
Maria. Mary.
Which one's gonna alibi you, Lowell?
I can't believe you did this.
That alibi better hold, Lowell.
You are crazy.
Hey! Excuse me. Do you know where Mary Lowell is? Mary Lowell? Maybe. What do you want? It's about your husband.
happened?
She's in trouble.
So what else is new?
Can we talk?
It's harmless, Judge. Maybe a little heavy on cholesterol, but perfectly nutritious. Cake.
You'll swear it isn't something a taxidermist left behind?
Your Honor, as you can see, that someone in my office must have eaten about 25% of it.
Well, it doesn't answer to the question, does it? Judge, it's more than just a zoning issue. It's an issue of propriety. I mean, perhaps 500 normal people pass by that bakery every day. It just isn't seemly that they should look at things like that.
Your Honor, my clients are hard-working people. They're elderly. They have a dream. They have initiative. They have originality. We prize these qualities, Your Honor. We need them. Close my client's bakery, and you crush their spirit.
I agree. I'm finding for the defendant, Mr. Stewart, with the stipulation that from now on, the cakes be so made as to resemble the internal organs, not the ones outside.
We'll agree to that, Your Honor. And we thank you. Dig in, Stewart.
You called. I'm here. Now what?
You ever get the feeling that you're pushing everybody's car up Mount Rainier?
Hasn't changed, Mac. Still think the problem's out there.
You mean it isn't?
Maybe your ex-wife and I know something you don't.
I don't want to talk about
Fine. Can we talk about us? You cut and ran 15 years ago. Remember us? Now you want to recreate the past? My life is more complicated now.
Hey, whose isn't?
After you left, I prayed for cosmic justice. I hoped that spaceships would land and aliens would drag you off. I hoped you drowned.
I still could.
Time wounds all heals, Mac.
So what can I do?
What can you undo? Say my name, Mac.
Jill.
Not only did she say Lowell wasn't home the evening of the murders, but she said she hadn't seen him for a week, and she hoped she never would.
Thanks anyway.
Can I ask you how your meeting with the Board of Overseers went?
How'd you like the Bruckman's cake?
I wouldn't know. I didn't try it.
I don't want to wait for Sanducci to get you, Lowell.
What's wrong?
You lied.
When?
You were never with your wife. You haven't seen your wife since payday, Lowell, if there ever was one. So today, we're hanging you.
Hey, this ain't cool, MacHeath. Come on, maybe I should get another lawyer, huh? Communication seems to be breaking down here, don't you
You
think?
killed those kids, Lowell. You broke into that apartment and you shanked those kids.
No way.
Level with me, Lowell.
Look, I was somewhere else, but I was with a guy.
Some guy? Lowell. Come on, that's not enough.
A guy named Beale. Right? I was doing him a favor. Like I found the grocer's single malt for him before the owner lost it. I helped him move it. Okay?
Okay. Okay, where is he? I gotta talk to him.
Oh, man, I can't.
Stay in touch. Guard!
The guy's connected up the wazoo. If I rat him off, I'm dead out there. If I don't, I'm dead in here. What am I supposed to do, huh?
Lowell!
Keith, I'm innocent.
Lowell! I don't believe you. Tell me something I believe. Guard!
I lied against Sanducci.
Sorry.
And Granger knew about him.
Say what?
I lied against Sanducci and a bunch of other guys because the DA told me to do it.
Let's make a deal.
Hey.
Gentlemen, any of you named Beale?
Yes, sir.
My name is MacHeath. I do a little legal work, you know? I got a kind of situation.
Yeah?
Come here. Hey, Beale. I'm not talking to you. We're not standing here. This never happened.
Oh.
I got a client. Doesn't matter what his name is. He's got a taste for single malt whiskey. Then again, who doesn't? Anyway, I could make a point or two if I can place him anywhere but Beacon Hill the night of the 15th last month.
I wouldn't know.
Look, let's keep it social, okay? I got a couple of curious friends in town. I'm not looking for any witnesses. I'm just asking.
What?
Well, do you think it's possible my client could have held a knife in his left hand on Beacon Hill while he was moving whiskey with his right in Somerville?
No, it takes two hands to lift a case of single malt.
Have a seat over here.
Hey, Lowell, sorry I'm late.
Hey, Mac, don't worry about it. Look at these guys over here, like generals on our hill, right?
Let them get to you, Lowell. The only place they're gonna go is down.
Montana. It's where I should be. Land of opportunity, clean air, salmon.
Oh, I don't know about the salmon.
No, they got them big.
You seen them there?
No, in pictures.
Look, Lowell, first we're gonna get you off the hook here. Then you're gonna tell your grandeur story to our friendly neighborhood grand jury. Then you get to see all the salmon you want, okay?
All right.
All right.
So you're the snitch.
I'll get you!
You okay?
I don't even know that guy.
Don't worry about it. We're gonna take care of him. Hang tough. We'll get you out of here.
I'll get you!
Your Honor, the Commonwealth requests that bail be rescinded here in view of the defendant's prior record and the heinous nature of his crime.
The crime. Your Honor, I suggest that bail be set at $15,000. Given Mr. Lowell's assets, I think that's an adequate deterrent against flight.
Your Honor, that's a mockery. We're dealing with a hardened criminal here, a clear and present danger to society.
Does seem relatively low, Mr. MacHeath. Or do you have some indicator of the man's priorities we don't?
I'm getting to it from an opposite direction, if it please, Your Honor. We can't try Mr. Lowell for things that he may or may not have done last year.
Is record still admissible to this proceeding, Counselor?
Exactly, and my second point alerts Your Honor to the meager basis of the evidence on which my client has been charged.
You have a positive ID, Your Honor.
By an elderly, reclusive citizen, Your Honor, based on a brief sighting near, not at the scene of the crime.
She lived next door.
That may be so, but the man she may have seen there is not my client. It's not the man sitting here.
You'll have the opportunity to test your theory when the case is brought to trial, Counselor.
With all due respect, Your Honor, this case will never be brought to trial. It's not supposed to go that far. You send my client back to jail. He dies there. He'll be killed by former cellmates.
against whom he falsely testified in court.
Your Honor.
He was suborned to perjury by Chief Assistant D.A. Granger.
No advocate has ever strayed so far across the line of decency beneath this bench as you have, Counselor. And no one ever will again. I'm granting your request, Mr. Forbes, and giving you a week until pre-trial conference. Court officers, remove defendant to his cell.
Your Honor, I can't believe this. You yourself witnessed what just took place.
I've ruled.
You gotta help me out here, Granger. Talk to me.
You made that stuff up, MacHeath. You made that stuff up. About Granger and the perjury. It isn't true. It isn't true. It isn't true.
Hi, thanks for calling. Can't come to the phone right now. Leave your name and number and please.
Hey, thanks, Danny. You're all right. No matter what they say about you. What's going on? I'm host. I'm gone. Hey, life's hard. I read that in a book. I wrote that book.
Cherry Stone?
Coming right up.
Interesting arraignment. I'm sure you know that what you said was slanderous. Unless you have the proof. Were they always the same color?
Pardon me?
The intimate apparel that you've handed out on your path to happy destiny.
Hey, Mac, you still awake?
I can't tell.
Contestant number 2,714.
Too heavy in the jaw.
Okay. How about this geek?
Wrong nose.
Hey, it's my old buddy Phil. What a nut. I don't know, Mac. If I don't get all these pictures back to the precinct by 7 a.m., my buddy on the perv patrol is going to be checking parking meters in Chelsea. Hey. Hey. Nah.
What?
Whoa.
Hey, wait a minute. Lundigan, Emilio. Born 4/27/60, busted on B&E 33089.
Rock and roll.
Of course it's him, the way he looks at you, those eyes that freeze the blood.
From 60 feet away.
No further than your window to the sidewalk down below.
Take a look at this, Mrs. Timmons.
He must have used an alias.
It's not the same man.
I see.
I thought you might.
It's Mr. Lowell. He's on line 2. He says it's very important.
Okay. Will you excuse me, Mrs. Timmons? You got that?
Yeah.
Finish getting her statement. Hey, Lowell. It's your dime.
I'm dead. They're transferring me out of protective custody. I've been calling Granger, man. He won't take my calls. He's out to bury me. And this thing's happening. You gotta help me.
All right, Lowell. All right. I'm working on something right now. You hang tough. I'm going to be there as soon as I can. Hey, Lowell, they treat you okay?
Yeah, right.
Lowell, listen. I got some new evidence. We're going to get you out of here.
Yeah, sure. Guess you really want to spring Sanducci, huh? You want the Granger statement, right?
Hey, don't you get it? It doesn't matter. Granger, Sanducci. I can prove you're innocent. I got a make on the guy who did the thing on Beacon Hill.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't know, MacHeath. It's just... I've been lying my whole life. And this time, now, like when I'm not lying, nobody's buying it.
I am. I'm telling you, Lowell, a little footwork here, you're going free. Hey, Kendall, where is he? London. Delaney says you're his P.O.
What's he done?
How long's he been on the bricks?
5 weeks. I let him go to Natick on good faith Saturday.
You better bring him back here, Kendall. Did he leave you a phone number?
My triglycerides are high, MacHeath. My blood pressure cruises at 160, so this kind of conversation is not healthy.
Neither are the newlyweds that used to live up on Beacon Hill. They died the night before he left town.
Better call him. Then I think I'm gonna turn my badge in. Then I think I'm gonna have a nice, quiet foreigner.
Listen to your body, Kendall. It'll let you know what's good for you. Meanwhile, get the state police in Natick to bring in Lundigan.
Yeah, if he's still there.
There's nothing up there for you to hide behind, Granger. Keep running. See if you can find another tree.
You're gonna have to hustle if you want to talk, MacHeath.
Does my heart good to see a DA move so quickly. It inspires me to think he's in training for a regular career.
Is there anything you exercise besides your teeth?
Well, you know, the random fantasy, the occasional determination.
Hey, I heard. So did half the town. Dream on, MacHeath.
I made the killer in your Beacon Hill case.
Oh, yeah, right. Like the way you made that missing diamond in your 4-card flush.
Does this look familiar to you? His name's Lundigan. Got a history of house invasions. What do you suppose that could mean?
You fond of speculation? Why don't you call your broker?
You think your muscle tone's gonna dazzle the grand jury, Granger, once my client tells them what he knows?
You're bluffing, MacHeath. Hey, this isn't a poker game, and Lowell's not a chip. Oh, he isn't? You think about it. He's a form of currency. He's only worth what you can buy with him.
So he gets a little dirty, and you just retire him, is that it?
Let me fill you in on something here, MacHeath. I'm only going to say this once. I never sent a man away who wasn't guilty. Understand?
Golly, Granger, your antifreeze is boiling over a bit. Why is that? Hey, you want me to believe you? Get my client out of jail.
Yeah. All right. The guy you made, his name is
Lundigan.
I'll see what I can do.
Elizabeth, any calls?
Board of Overseers would like to see
Forget
you.
about them. Get me Lowell.
Would like to see you 4 o'clock Friday afternoon. I'll see if I can get him.
What about Jill Hoxton?
No, she hasn't called.
Well, what did you think?
It seems to me the Board of Overseers...
Forget it.
Yes. Would you please hold the line? Line 5.
Lowell? Lowell. How you holding up?
I don't know, man. There's some guys here. I don't like the way they're looking at me.
Lowell, I got a tracer out on this other guy, you know? Everything's right on track.
Uh-huh. Granger?
Look, Lowell, I talked to him, and I had to press him, but he finally said he'd go to bat for us. I mean, he's got to. He's got no other choice.
Hey, look, I'm working on my statement, huh?
Hey, that's great. That's great. Are they keeping you in popcorn there, Lowell?
I ain't been too hungry, you know?
Montana Lowell. Clean air. You want to breathe the clean air, Lowell. You want to see salmon, right? Well, you got to get there, Lowell.
Hey, look, I'm sorry about Sanducci, huh?
Forget it. Just hang in.
Hey, snitch. Snitch.
Man, I'm dog meat.
Bo? Elizabeth.
Mr. Lanigan's Pier 13.
Great. Kendall? Did you get him? Did you bring him in?
Would you believe the bastard's in Vermont?
That's not quite as close as Natick, is it?
Please, my leg's partly paralyzed. I think I've got phlebitis. If it gets up to your lungs, you're gone.
Kendall, if you don't bring in Lundigan, Lowell's gone. You understand me?
There'll have to be an extradition hearing.
Expedite it.
I've tried, MacHeath. The DA's office isn't answering my calls.
Keep trying, Kendall. Elizabeth? I need to find a judge. I gotta get a writ on Lundigan.
I was hoping we could talk.
Oh, I'd love to, but this is a really bad time. I'm sorry, but I can't.
That's news.
Oh, come on. Listen, I got a client. I'm not kidding. His life's hanging in the balance.
I'm married. I'm not very good at this. God knows I wanted to place all the blame on you. I mean, you told me you loved me and you lied.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, well, one learns to tolerate that kind of lie, even to expect it. But the other lie, the big lie, when you told me that you were being true to me, when in fact you were...
Oh, come on. I mean, why didn't you just tell me that you're married?
Well, maybe for the same reason that you didn't say anything back then. It's been 14 years almost. I met him soon after, and then we separated, and about the time that we started, you and I, seeing each other.
So now you want to get back together again with him, huh?
He needs care. And the choice was to take care of him or to take care of you.
Granger. Lowell's dead. I heard. That's too bad.
That's too bad. Oh, come on, Granger. Why aren't you celebrating?
Knock it off, MacHeath.
Oh, I get it. I get it, you care. You're grieving. I didn't know.
You shut up.
I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, I didn't get a chance for the summation of his trial, did
No, but
I?
we already heard all your crap.
You just saw my up cards.
All right,
I'm going to
let's
play them all now, Granger. Let's take a look at Mr. Granger, ladies and gentlemen, our preeminent district attorney. Come on. Let's look at his conviction record. See how many felons he's put away.
Get him out of here.
I have never sent an innocent man to prison. So he says. But you want to know his scam? Huh? You want to know his secrets? Because we're only as sick as our secrets, huh, Granger?
All right.
He suborns his witnesses to perjury, extorts their testimony, and then he promises them they'll walk. If they'll just tell a lie, or 2, or 20. But if they don't, hey, goodbye! I know what you did, Granger. You had him murdered. I know what you did. And everybody else will too.
This just arrived for you.
What is it?
See for yourself.
To whom it may concern, I, Timothy Bo Lowell, a prisoner, being of sound mind, do swear that I committed perjury on several occasions in the past 5 years because Chief Assistant D.A. Granger told me. There were 3 cases on which this perjury was committed. Anducci, Jones, and Carmichael. These are the facts.
There is a code of decency to which we pay observances if we want to survive as a community of people. There is also a code of professional conduct. We are the advocates of the people. Its responsibilities repose with us. And if that privilege becomes a task, then I think it's time to step aside. We have no option but to sanction you. I hope that you can understand that. This panel is imposing a $5,000 fine. In candor, I want you to know that I feel that you should have been suspended. You have anything to say?
Yes. I want to know what you really stand for. I want to know what you mean. These people you talk about, taking a good look at them lately? Seen what we've become? Everybody lies. Everybody's doing it. I had a client named Timothy Lowell. Nobody important. A little guy with a big problem. He wanted to come clean. He wanted to tell the truth. But D.A. Granger decided that wasn't in the best interests of the Commonwealth. So my client was killed in prison for it. This is his statement. I want to do some real good. I've already sent a copy to the Globe.
Mr. MacHeath, you can send that check in the mail.
This Thursday, they've moved from the Midwest to the most expensive city in America. But for the Walsh family, it might as well be Mars. Fox presents the series premiere of Beverly Hills 90210, right after The Simpsons. And remember, dozens of all new episodes of The Simpsons are coming your way, beginning Thursday, October 11th.